Gizmo! Where is he? Show him your new haircut. He can't wait to see your new haircut. He's looking forward to it. Where is he? No, that's not Gizmo. Where is he? He should be here any minute. Look at that. Don't worry, Daisy. Gizmo will be back tomorrow. Hey everyone, Mr. Happy in the house. We're starting off with a sale from Aaron Williams. He supports the channel. He wanted to throw some love this way. He goes by the name the Quicker Flipper Picker Upper. He purchased a Transformers poster for $12.50. It's a great poster. This is Starscream. And you should definitely jot that name down if you're not that familiar with toys or Transformers and you're trying to branch into it. The reason why is that Starscream is really one of the most common Transformers characters. He cuts across all the series, so you're going to see him around all the time. So get a good look at him right there and jot that name down so you can at least look it up to do a check. So nice sale there. Thank you, Aaron, for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now, I had a question that came in from this old man's pics about putting the shipping label onto the poster tube. He wanted to know, how exactly do you do that? Well, it's pretty easy. You could either cut a label out, or I use the self-stick 4x6 labels that come right out of my Rolo printer. You could use a Dymo printer. If you don't have a thermal printer, by the way, you definitely need to look into investing in that, because it just saves you a ton of time. You don't have to buy ink anymore. It just uses heat to print out the label. So it's awesome. Check out my review, and I've got links down in the description section. But basically what you do here is you just put the label on like that, okay? And then you just twist it around. Really, really simple. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, you might ask, well, how are they going to scan it or whatever? It doesn't matter. As long as it's straight and they could scan the UPC code, that's absolutely all they need. As long as they could read the address, that's all that they need. It doesn't have to be on a flat surface. So just like this. All right, this one's all packed up. This is what's going out to you, Aaron. Now, it's gonna have this little label behind it. I'm just gonna put yours right over it, but you'll have a little souvenir from the show. Now, speaking of posters, I just saw that a request came in from viewer LaDon Miller. He wants me to pick out a Star Wars poster. So let's go over and see which one he picked out. Okay, so this is the one that LaDon Miller wanted me to pull out. It's this one here. It says Star Wars Anakin. So that's pretty cool. It's going to have Anakin in it. So we'll get this one out, see what it looks like. Remember, if anyone here wants to see a particular poster, just let me know in the comments section. We also got these mysterious ones down here if anyone's interested in. And I'll give you a shout out in the next video. And right on cue, this old man's Pix wrote in and said that he wants to see this Transylvania poster. So we'll pull out this one as well and see what it looks like inside. Now, I'm going to pull out something a little bit different compared to what I've normally been taking out of this stash of clown and magician photos. It is clown related, but it doesn't have a photograph of anything on it. Let me show you what I mean. This is still pretty neat, I think. It's a certificate for Kathy Gibbons, and she was the wife of Bob Gibbons, whose home I went to for the magician estate sale pick. So there were 2 videos on that. And this is also a membership card for the Clowns of America, and it goes back to 1980. So that is really pretty cool. So it does have some staining there on the bottom, but with it having both the membership card and the certificate and being signed and everything and being vintage, I'm hoping that there's a buyer out there for this, so I will definitely put some information in there about Kathy Gibbons, and hopefully someone will pick it up. So we'll see what happens with it. All right, so just as I was packing that item up, I've got another order that came in, and this one is from Pat Norman, another viewer of the channel. He really scooped up a great deal. He picked up the Michael Jordan cards that I showed. This is 7 of them. I did a video on these cards, and so $10 he grabbed them for. at auction. I'm surprised nobody else tried to get them, but great deal. I hope you do well with them and let me know. So what we're going to move to now is one of the Star Wars figures. I'm going to show you what we're going to pick out here. There is a character in here known as Snaggletooth, and you can see him right here. I'm going to pull him out. Now there is a red Snaggletooth character and there is a blue Snaggletooth character. It obviously sell better if you have the weapon associated with it. Now this one comes from 1978. You will always want to look by the leg, typically on the back or the side. Sometimes you really got to put a light up to it really close to be able to see it and make it out. Now fortunately, I looked in my bag of Star Wars guns and weapons and stuff, and I found the Snaggletooth gun. So that's awesome. So this one's going to go for anywhere between $25 and $30 for that little figure. So I'm going to get that one listed today. And if anyone sees a Star Wars figure in here, that's what we're going to call case number 1. Or if you see one in case number 2 that you are interested in, just let me know, and I'll pull it out and get it listed for you as well. All right, we will get over to that Star Wars poster reveal in just a moment, but first I want to thank Chris Gatwood from Gaz Treasures, because he purchased the Indiana Jones poster from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls movie that I posted yesterday. I did the reveal on that one, so $10 on that poster. Thanks, Chris. And in addition to that, Chris also picked up Boo Cat. I actually referenced Boo Cat the other day. I don't know if that made Chris go look for it, but she's one of the characters in the Tarot Witch of the Black Rose series. Now, Jim Ballant is a very interesting artist. He really pushes the edge. So he draws his characters in a way to technically avoid nudity on covers, yet depending on how you look at it, you could see it as nudity. So it becomes very tricky in terms of how you're going to list it. On the safe side, I tend to take ones where there's really any kind of serious question and I push it over onto the adult section. Or if it's a print, you could actually put those over in a regular section of eBay, but you have to make sure if you're putting it in the art section that you tag it as nudity. Now that is a much preferable option, because if it goes into the adult section on eBay, it's very hard for people to find it. So definitely, if you have that option and you're going to list this type of stuff, if it's an art piece, if you could classify it as art, put it there. You'll get much more exposure, no pun intended. Now, I can't show the full character. I mean, technically I could, because you just have to see it. If you want to see the print, you have to go to the store and see my solds. But you should know the character's face. If you ever see this face on a comic book or on a print, check it out. That's Boo Cat. There's many other hilarious names that Jim Ballant does with his characters. For example, Licorice Dust is another one that I get a kick out of. I have a lot of other Tarot Witch of the Black Rose stuff if you're interested in it, and a lot of other prints, some of which are signed by Jim Ballant, and many of which are a limited edition one. So this is a limited edition one that Chris picked up. On the very bottom, it's inscribed in pencil there. Which one is this one? This one's 381 out of 500. So a good pickup, Chris. Good score. Again, no pun intended, but thanks a lot. I really appreciate the support. Oh, and I forgot to mention, total sale price for the Boo Cat print was $16. So thanks again, Chris. All right, so here's the Anakin Skywalker poster. I like it because it shows you 3 different stages, from when he's very young to when he's young and to when he turns into Darth Vader. So that's pretty cool. I like how it glows with the lightsaber, and you've got the sun in the background, so that's pretty neat. This poster comes from 2002. It doesn't come up too often on eBay. There is one person who's currently selling this, and that person has had 4 of these in the past. The person has sold 2 of them, so has 2 left, and they've been selling at a price of $16. So I'll just price it at $15, and see if anyone's interested in it and take it from there. So that's that, and let's move on to the Transylvania poster. And this is the Hotel Transylvania poster, if there's any fans of that movie in the house. Again, 34 by 22 inches. This is about a $10 poster. You know, the other day I was saying I was surprised that one of my Hillbilly salt and pepper shakers was still here. Well, that's no longer the case because Adam, the baritone man, came in. He said he's a big fan of the Opry and he's a big fan of the Primetime Treasure Hunter channel. So he picked this up. I really appreciate it. I'm actually kind of sad to see this one go because I love this one. I think it is so cool, so bright and colorful, really stands out. It's got that Opry sticker on the bottom. I love that the whiskey jugs, the moonshine jugs, wind up being the salt and pepper shaker pieces for this. A great display piece overall. Thanks so much, Adam, for purchasing that, supporting the channel. So now that leaves me with this one that I pulled out the other day as my only Hillbilly one left. And these are other ones that I currently have listed. These alligators, only 10 bucks, have a ton of watchers on them, but no one's picked them up yet. And I've got some other one, horses, New York City, these mobsters I was talking about, these pineapples, this push button one as well. I got a, let's see, we've got a sink here and a bathtub. So there's a piano one back there as well. So those are all ones that are listed, but want to go pick out another pair from the shed and replace the one that just went out. So let's see what's in there, what's in the shed, what we'll pick for salt and pepper shakers today. All right, so I decided to do a shed voiceover today for the first time, going right to the salt and pepper shaker corner. And the one that I really wanted to get is the handyman / construction worker one, because it's just so bright and shiny, and it's so cool how it has the toolbox to go along with it. So these will be posted by the time you see this. All right, well, I'm in the garage right now, and I don't know how many of you remember, but I found this at an estate sale last year. I got it for a few bucks and sold it today for $25. It was one of these things that actually comped well, comped for like right around $30. And, you know, it just sat there at 25 and I wasn't going to go below it and waited actually for months for it to sell until finally today somebody purchased it. So don't worry about the length. Remember what I talked about yesterday with shipping out the sign. It's long and thin, so it's not going to cost much to send that out. Now, this jacket right here, this pink jacket that I picked up at the estate sale, this is one of the things that I've been waiting just to find the right lighting to get this posted because I want to take some pictures with both of those ring lights shining right on this, put it right on Cha-Cha the mannequin, and I think it'll really pop. So tomorrow might be the day. I had to spend time making that video and putting together the ring light, and by the time I finished with that and got other things done, we just didn't have enough natural sunlight to also complement the ring light. So tomorrow, hopefully, we get that photographed, measured, and listed. All right, everyone, one last sale for today's video. This high noon t-shirt, this beast on the front, this wolf, really cool. And especially, I really like this saying on the back, live like a beast, die like a man. Really cool. This is a reference to a comic book. This is one of these things that it's a title that not many people would know of. You're really looking for a select buyer for this shirt. This one sold for 10 bucks tonight, but easy to just fold up, put in a little eBay bag here and just send it on its way. So I hope that you enjoyed all the stuff over this video and the last one. Broke it down into two parts for you, and so hope it was easier to digest that way. So we'll look forward to seeing what goes on in the next day here at the zany world of the Primetime Treasure headquarters. So I hope you enjoyed it again, everyone. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you at the next one. Take care. I told you he'd be back again, Daisy. See? Here he goes. He'll be back again tomorrow.